Hi, I'm Money Cakes and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the Peter Monn book tag. This was originally created by Ola Quinn. I will link to her channel and to her blog down below where she hosted this video, and I will also link to Peter's video because his is the first YouTube video that this tag was done on. So this goes through a lot of the things that Peter says frequently on his various channels and relates them to books. So the first question is, I'm YouTube famous now. A book or series that deserves to be talked about way more. I'm going to go with The Pecan Man by Cassie Dandridge Selleck. It's an amazing book, and I think that way more people would be talking about it if it hadn't been self-published. If it had been published by something like Simon Palce or something like that, it would be big and out there. Number 2 is What Had Happened Was. A little story time related to any of your reading experiences. So one of my favorite stories from childhood is related to Thomas the Tank Engine. When I was a child, we used to get these little booklets in school from Scholastic, and we wouldn't have proper book fairs like kids do now, but they would give us those papers, and you would go through it and pick out the books you wanted, and like you would order them, and then eventually they would come in the mail to the school, and you would get them, and you'd get to take them home. Well, one of the few times that we had the money to do that, I had gotten several books, but the one that I remember the most is Thomas the Tank Engine. And I was so excited. I didn't wait for my mom to pick me up after school. We lived like a couple blocks away, so I ran home and I went to my bedroom and I started reading my book. And what I didn't realize is that I hadn't waited on my mom, and she had come to the school to pick me up. And obviously I wasn't there. And so she came home and she thought that maybe I had walked home. And she waited for me because she thought that maybe I was playing with friends. And about an hour or two later, she realized I still wasn't home yet, as far as she knew. And for whatever reason, she either looked in my room and didn't see me, or she forgot to look in my bedroom. And she got all freaked out. She called the school and asked if I was there, and I wasn't. And she called a few of my friends and asked about me, and I wasn't with them. And she was almost at the point of calling the police because she thought I had been kidnapped when I came out of my bedroom with my book and asked what was for dinner because I was hungry. And so, yeah, I got in trouble a little bit for rushing home and not letting anybody know where I was. So number 3 is I think not. A book you don't think you'll ever read. I've read a few pages out of these books, but I don't think I'll go any farther, and that's the Twilight books. The Truth of the Nature, an overhyped book. I can't think of anything super recent, so I guess I'm going to go with 50 Shades of Grey, especially since I think one of those movies is coming out soon. Hold, please. In my opinion, one of your most unpopular bookish opinions. Twilight, hated it, think it's garbage. The only one that's probably as unpopular as that is my opinion of 50 Shades of Grey, which is garbage, hated it, wish I could unread it. Hey Boo, a very endearing book. Given that this is Peter Monn's book tag, I definitely want to give a shout out to To Kill a Mockingbird, which is a very endearing book, and which is the book that the quote "Hey Boo" comes from. But also Flowers for Algernon, which is my all-time favorite book, and it's very endearing and sad, but I love it. Number 7 is Good Morning to You, You Live in a Shoe, which is a phrase that Peter sings almost every day in his vlogs. A fictional world, town, place, household, etc. that you'd feel at home at. I would probably feel very at home in the Illuminae universe. I probably feel at home in the universe. Number 9 is Alex, which is Peter's husband, a sassy, funny, music-loving character. And I'm going to go with Barbara from Mr. Mercedes. She's a side character, but part of the way that she gets introduced to the story is because of her love of a boy band. Number 10 is Tonya, your favorite fictional best friends. I'm going to go with Cassie and Azrael and Reese from the Court of Thorns and Roses series. Their friendship they're basically family, and I love that. You can also throw more in there too, and Amaranth. And the final question is Peter, which is Peter Monn, a quirky, wise AF, big-hearted character. I'm going to go with Eddie Dean from the Dark Tower series because that is exactly who he is. He's quirky, and I also think he's very much like Peter, right down to the fact that he's also a recovering addict. So yeah, Eddie Dean from the Dark Tower series. And in this tag video, I'm actually going to tag somebody. I'm going to tag Sylvia K. I will link her channel down below. So thank you for watching and sticking with me, and keep reading.